Hey guys, so I've been hard at work creating some more content for you lovely people, and what I've come back today with is a animated brush. Now an animated brush or a stamp brush is basically a brush that's going to stamp several images which you can create in order to apply an effect. For example, if we were to take a new palette here, new layer, sorry, we would select ourselves a nice little colour. And with these stamp tools down here in the bottom and Krita, if you can't find them, just head on into the ink section. They should be all the way over on the right. And this is the heart one right here, and then there's this bubble one right here. So I'm going to select a colour. It doesn't really matter the colour really, and I've got a size. And I'm just going to begin to click on the page, and you're going to see here all these little bubbles showing up, and I'll show you on the heart, and the hearts will show up. And maybe you want to create your own brush. What would you use these for? Well, if I made several petal sections or several leaf sections, I'd quickly be able to paint different types of leaves or patterns in a very quick fashion, without having to repeat myself over and over or spend the time to literally draw in every leaf. Sometimes we want to do that in the foreground, but in the background we just want a quick leaf pattern and have those represented really quickly, and that's what you'd use the stamp tool for. So say if you're repairing a photograph and you've got a large patch of grass that's missing, you could go ahead and stamp that in. Maybe it's a part of their clothing and you just want to stamp a texture over that area to make it look as if the pattern on the dress is the same. Any of these sorts of things all come within these sorts of boundaries of what you can set up. Um, so what you want to do is you want to go ahead and create yourself a family of images that you want to be stamped. In this case, what I've done is I've selected 9 cogs. So I'm just going to 9 cogs. Some important notes you want to make sure that the fact that your image is all black and there is no background. So you want to make sure that there's no white on your layer. It's easier to do that if you just create a new layer and only paint on in black what you want. So once you've got this layer set to exactly how you want it, what you're going to do is you're going to hide it, and then you're just going to start a new layer, and then you're going to paint your new thing, and then you're going to hide that one, and you're going to paint a new thing. Okay, so you get the idea. You can paint as many or as few as you like. Once you've got them all, what you're going to do is you're going to make them all visible like this. Okay, you're going to head on over to your simple brush tool over here, this one. Okay, we're going to select this one. So as you can see, it's basic brush size 5. Okay, now with these layers selected, this one, this one, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold shift and we're just going to click on the top one. So we've selected all of our layers that we've converted into a nice cogs for us. Okay, we're going to then go ahead and hit F5 or this button right here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to press F5 on my keyboard, and it's going to pop up this menu for us here. As you can see, I've done it a few times before, but that's okay. So I'm going to head straight on over here to the stamp tool, because that's what we want to create. We want to create a stamping tool. I'm going to hit that. It's going to come up with your ability to name it. You're going to go ahead and name it. And we're going to make sure that we've got style selected, and what we're going to make sure is it's animated. And then we're going to look down at selection mode, and we're going to make sure that it says random. Okay, and then we're going to say OK down here. Now we're going to go straight back to our brush settings again. Don't worry if it closes down, that's exactly what was meant to happen. Now if we go and try and use this brush right now, it's going to look very, very messy. It's probably not going to come out the way you want it. Now mine's a very large size, and I painted it that way so I can use it for very large projects. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the size down to about 50 pixels wide. So it's, if I single click, you're going to see I'm going to get an even adjustment. Now I've got a white line in there, so every now and then it's not working, which is fine. All I need to do is make sure I don't select that layer next time. As you can see, they're quite good, but when I try and draw with them in a line, that's maybe not what I want. Maybe I want them to be well spaced apart. That's not a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the spacing right here, and now when I try and draw a line with them, it's going to be even further apart. Okay, so you can see where the white ones are here. Sometimes you might want to add more white ones if you want a lot of distance between things. You might add 2 or 3 white frames. If you want a larger spacing difference than what this can offer, so the maximum is 10. Get rid of that, we'll show it, and there you go. The maximum distance is 10. Now if you wanted a larger size than this, you could use several blank frames in order um, to expand this out, but you can end up with very large areas in that instance. But if you go back in and just simply dot into the areas that are missing, if you're trying to make a shape. So let's say we were had this in a small shape like this, and we were drawing a system out of it, or we wanted to draw a box and make it look like all the boxes made out of these. This is very simple, I apologize. But yeah, we've drawn our box and we will say, oh well, what we wanted is to make the box look like it was, it was made out of those things. Well, in which case, then what we want to do, we want to reduce the spacing and try and make them as close together as possible. Okay. So now it just looks solid, but they're looking quite close together. So you've got to decide whether you want them completely adjacent. So one whole distance is one whole distance apart, so you'll see them completely the next to each other. Obviously once you can start going above that, then it starts going over that again. So the best position I've usually found this in is to stick between sort of 4 and 5 if you want the nicely spaced ones. 3 works, not a problem, but if you want it a bit more random, then you want to be a little bit higher in the 4 and 5 range, and you can just come in and paste them in. So yeah, there's the paint tool and the stamp tool, how to create your own version of this. Don't forget, if you want to save this out to use it in future projects, what you want to do is you want to click this button on the top right. You want to go ahead and make a name for it. So what should we call this? We should call this cog stamp tool. Okay, now if I want to go and create a thumbnail, I can go and create a thumbnail for it. I don't necessarily see it necessary right now, but what you can do is you can load an image from this point. You're just going to click this, and then you're going to look for wherever you saved an image and just that will be okay. That's what it is right here. So if I was to load a random image here, really just, let's say a basketball, we can have a basketball. There you go. It literally is whatever image. You can have anything. Okay, so I'm going to say save on that, and then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go to all, and there's my new brush right there. So if I want this in my own category, I'm going to assign it to tag. If I put a new tag down here, so I say down here and I go my brushes, and then I'm going to say stamp tools, because this is what they are, they're stamp tools, and I'm going to say enter. Okay, so when I go back in here now, I can see that assigned tag, my favorites has been assigned, and now what we should have in here somewhere is my my selection, and I can't see it at the moment because I'm being very blind. Oh, sorry, it's not there because I've assigned it. I'm sorry. So if I go to any one of these now, assign my tag, there it is. So if it's already there, it won't be there. My mistake, which I made it live on camera so everybody can see. But if you like it, if you like what you see, you like our videos, check out some of the other videos there. If you like Krita, go ahead and download it. I thank Google for the infinite amount of labeled for reuse images that they put up there so I can use them. Don't forget, guys, hit that like and subscribe button, hit the bell, share, and let other people know that these guides are out there. If you've got any questions, leave them below and I'll try and answer you back as soon as possible. Join us. Bye bye.